Okay, so I think we're live. I just had to come on and share a couple of thoughts. I had a conversation with someone this morning. I posted something and I immediately got a call, and I thought, well, that was really interesting. Let's kind of dive into this a bit more. So statistics show that, or research shows that 52% of the CEOs of the top 3,000 companies, the Russell 3,000, are likely to be fired. Some of them for nefarious activities, for instance, kind of doing stuff they shouldn't be doing, or violating policy and procedure, and so on and so forth. But the bulk of that 52% is actually for performance-related issues. And if we think about it, the board and investors are largely the ones who are ultimately going to fire a CEO. And the reason why they do that is that they become frustrated with the pace of progress. They feel almost that there hasn't been enough progress, or the progress that is being made just isn't what they need it to be. They've made commitments, they've made promises to the street, to customers, and they just aren't being delivered. And what I find typically is that, and an interesting piece came out in Harvard Business Review just last week. I take issue with it just a little bit. One of the points they make is the fact that change is being done too fast. And I would disagree, because I think we're moving at a pace now. And if we think about AI and how fast it's hit us and the implications that we can't even anticipate yet, implications are coming at us that it's not a matter of can we change any slower, but the question is, how do we build the capability to actually handle change that at the pace that we need it to be? The conundrum that leaders have is they come in and they know this. They know that change has to happen fast. They've got a mandate from the board. They've got a mandate from investors, mandate even from employees, to say that we need to have something different. We need to have change. And yet what we experience are the leaders who come into these roles and immediately are confronted by an organization that inhibits, in some respects, that natural desire to go fast. So people are saying, don't go too fast. And the article that I referenced in HBR recently talked about the fact that as a result of the pandemic and so much that we've expected people to do around change, that people are done with change. And I kind of think that there is a sense that why can't we just do business and kind of keep doing what we're doing? The challenge is, though, that if we keep doing what we're doing, you're going to end up as a leader presiding over an organization that's probably going in the wrong direction, because the environment and the circumstances that that business operates in have changed. And so thus, if the business itself also does not keep abreast and keep pace with said change, as a leader, you're being irresponsible and you should be fired. And so the challenge that leaders have is that they know they need to go fast, they want to go fast, but they've got the organization and everyone around them saying, don't go too fast, be cautious, don't break what's working. Be mindful of everything employees have gone through. Be mindful of everything that we have had to endure over the past couple of months, weeks, years. And all of that is true. But what I've seen the smart leaders do is they develop a resolve to go after this, and they want to get the results that they need to get. But they are also very mindful, whether it's some anthropological background and studying that they've done, which is really where the social sciences are so important as opposed to just business degrees. But whether it's an appreciation for anthropology, sociology, and just sort of how humans behave, they understand that for us to get people to change behavior is not just about telling them what to do. Now, the world we live in today is dominated in large part by people who are fearful of making the wrong decisions. And so what we find are a lot of managers who operate in this domain of control. The more control I have, the more likely it is that I can control the outcome. Flaw number one, it's a fallacy. But number two, if I can control it, it's then going to be more successful, because we have a bias that leads us to believe that this change will be different because I'm the manager and I'm leading it. And so we tend to find leaders come into these organizations and we have people saying, don't go too fast. And for the changes that we do have, we like predictability and certainty and control. And so what we try and do is tell everybody what to do. We've got the answer for you. We're the team that's come up with the solution, and we're going to guide you on the path to changing what it is that you do. Well, that's entirely flawed, because people don't like to be told what to do. So what we find is that leaders are stuck between the position of what they know they need to do, an organization that they feel is not going fast enough, and a management team that is saying all the right things, but is trying to do good things, but is actually really not doing good things. So what do these teams tend to do, or what should they do? Well, the first thing I suggest that leaders should do is develop an unshakable confidence. You need to know as much as you can know about the market, the conditions that you're in, the competitive space, your own capabilities, and then draw a line under that and say, right, I know as much as I need to know. With unshakable confidence now, we're going to build our future aspiration, our ambition of what we're going after, and that's what we are going to do. That is how we're going to win, how we're going to be the best for our customers, the best place to work. We're going to have certainty around that, because from that, you can start to take action. The teams that generally aren't sure about what they're going to do and are hedging, and the leaders that allow that to happen, tend to not take action. That leads to the second point, which is they have a heightened degree of what I call competitive energy. It's the kind of energy that your customers feel, the energy that your employees feel. Everybody says, how the hell do they do that? Well, the way in which you do that is by creating the sense that not only do you have the confidence and the certainty of knowing where you're going, but you've got the courage. You've got the courage to go and do it. And now you start creating ownership. Don't go and tell a manufacturing plant that's operating 24/7 how they should change what they should do. Go and ask them, if this is the new outcome we want, how do you think we can get there? Because guess what, leadership team? That's the group that is actually in the weeds doing the work every day and will probably have the best solution. So you create this competitive energy in a sense where you recognize what you want to see and you start changing behaviors deliberately, and especially as a management team, because it's what you do that matters, not what you say. And what you do is all about behavior. So don't focus on the narrative only, focus on your behavior and that of your team. And then the third thing is you need to take action. You obviously need to take action. You've got rigor, you've got routines, I love the idea of OKRs, objectives and key results, but choose your method, right? And go after what's going to work for you. Say that this is where we need to be in a period of time, 90 days, 200 days, whatever your number is, and go after it. Celebrate it when you get there. Don't wait until the end to say you got there, but check the little things that are happening on the way. So if you want to be in the 52% of your CEOs that ultimately get fired, and that's illustrative of leadership teams too, right? If you want to be in the 50% of teams that get fired, the best thing to do is not take action. The best thing to do is to let the organization carry you as opposed to leading them at pace to get the results that you want to get. You do that by having the confidence and the courage, which you will only get if at some point you draw a line and say, right, we've got as much as we need to know. We live in a world that is so complicated with data right now. I was with a team a couple of weeks ago. After about 3 pages, I think I had pretty much everything I needed to know about the situation, but we ended up going for about another 48 slides that went into more detail that kind of passed that data out. At some point, you know what you need to know, and it's not going to change. So let's draw a line, get the courage, the confidence of what we need to do, build the energy with the team that's actually going to help you get there, because no leader ever has done it on their own, and then take action, because that's the way that you're going to avoid being in the 52%. All right, so I thought I'd just share a little bit. This is what we do at the Ambition Company. It's why I built the company. It's why we spend our time solving challenges like this, and we love rolling up our sleeves and doing this. If this is something you want to chat about, we've got a very exciting hybrid offer that we'd love to chat to you about. It doesn't need to involve extensive amounts of workshops and so on and so forth. It's about helping you to lead the kind of team that you need to lead. So if you want to chat more about that, reach out. We've got a really, really skilled group of people who we're working together with to make this happen for our clients presently, and would love to have a conversation if nothing else. All right. I'm not sure when you're going to get to see this, so I won't date it. I'll just say thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and please let me know your thoughts. Look forward to hearing from you, hopefully pretty soon.